Hey everyone, welcome back to Programming Horizons. In today's video, we are going to build a linked list in Python from scratch using object-oriented programming concepts. We will start with a simple linked list of integers so you can clearly see how linked lists work and then understand how to insert, traverse, search and delete elements step by step. At the end, I will give you a practice project of building a small contact book using the linked list basics that you will learn today. So make sure you stick around till the end. First, let's understand what is a linked list. A linked list is a chain of elements called nodes. You can think of a node as a container which holds two parts. First part is data, which represents the actual value, and second is next, which is a reference to the next node in the list. Here, head is a reference to the first node in the list and the last node contains none to mark the end of the list. Alright everyone, I am inside PyCharm IDE and first up we will create a node class. So class node, and inside this class we will define a constructor and pass here data as a parameter. This means when we will create this node, we will pass some data to it and that data will get stored as the value of the node. Also, we will set its next pointer to none because initially the node will not point to anything and that is why we have set it to none. Moving ahead, we will create a linked list class to manage all nodes. So once again we will type class and this time the name of the class is linked list. This class will include all the functions that we require to manage our nodes. First of all, in the init method of this class, we will define the head, which is a reference to the first node of the list. And initially, since the list will be empty, so head will be set to none. Okay, now to insert a node, we will have insert function. Inside the same class, we will type def insert, and this is a function that will accept data as a parameter. We will create an object of node type, let's call it as new node, equal to node and pass here data. So we will create a new node and new node is an object of node type. Node is the class that we have defined above and we will pass here data that we want to store in this new node. So every time we call this function, we are creating a brand new node with the data that we pass in. Now in this case, we are going to perform insertion at the end. So there are two cases. First case is when the list is empty. So as you can see here, our list is empty, so head points to none. But when we insert a new node, then this will become the first and only node in the list. So now head will point to this node. Second case is when the list is not empty. So here you can see we already have a few nodes in the list. So to insert a new node at the end, we will first traverse the list using a temp pointer, which will store the address of the current node. So we start at the first node. So here temp points to the first node, which is also the head node. Then move to the next node until you reach a node that contains none in its next pointer field. Then at the end, insert the new node by making the original last node point to this new node. Now initially, if the list is empty, then in that case we will check this condition. If self.head is none, then that means we don't have any node, not even the first node in the list. So we will make this new node as the first node of the list. That is why I have written self.head equal to new node. And after that we will exit this function. Otherwise, if the list is not empty, then in that case we will use a temp pointer. We will initialize it with the address of the first node. We will keep on traversing the list using a while loop. So while temp.next is not none, that means we have more nodes to traverse, keep on jumping to the next node by changing the address of the current node to the next node. And after that, once you reach the end, once the traversal is complete, you are already at the last node then, and in that case set the next pointer of the last node to new node. So this line will attach the new node as the last node to the list. Okay everyone, with this we complete our insert function. Next is display function. So here we will define our function as display. Now this function will be used to traverse the entire list and to print all the nodes one by one. So the values that are stored in all the nodes, they will be printed and we will print them in the form of a linked list. Alright. So here we will use a temp node which will be initialized to the head or the first node of the list. So we will start our traversal from the first node of the list. Now if the first node of the list does not exist, or you can say if the list is empty, then we will say if not temp, and we will print here list is empty. So obviously there will be nothing to display, and that is why we will exit the function. Otherwise, if there are nodes to traverse, then we will print the data stored at that particular node. So one by one the data of all the nodes will be printed here. Let me scroll up, and here after printing the value of a particular node, we will indicate a pointer like this and then jump to the next node. So we will change, or you can say update, the current address to the address of the next node in the list. Once the loop ends and the traversal is complete, at the end, to indicate the end of the list, we will print none. Alright everyone, now that we have written these functions, let's create an object of the linked list class. So let's say the object name is LL, and here we will create it as an object of the linked list class, and now this object will be used to access all the functions. So first function that we have defined is insert. So I will call insert function with value 10. I will once again call this function with value 20 and then with value 30. Once I have inserted 3 nodes, I can call the display function to see if my list is displayed on the screen or not. Let's run the code, and here you can see the linked list is created. We have 10, then a pointer, 20, then a pointer, 30, pointer and none. So we have got our linked list. To search a node, we will again use a temp pointer. We start at the first node and match the value stored here with our search key. If found, then our search is successful, otherwise jump to the next node. At this node, again match the value stored with our search key. If found, then our search is successful, otherwise again jump to the next node, and keep on repeating until you reach a value which matches the search key. And in this case, we have found our search key at the third node. So our search is successful, and therefore we don't need to jump to the next node. In case even after traversing the whole list, the value is not found, then we conclude that our search is unsuccessful. Let's move on to implement our search function. So we will type here the name of the function, which is search, and pass here key as an additional parameter. This key will contain the value that we are looking for in the linked list. Now here we will again traverse the entire list, checking every node to see if the value exists or not in the list. So temp is equal to self.head, that means we are at the first node, and here we will also maintain the index values of all nodes by assigning head the index value of 0. Alright, Now I'm saying that while I have a node to visit, I will check if the current node's data is equal to the key that I'm looking for. If the value is found, then I will print this message: key is found at position index in the list, and after that I will type return true. Otherwise, if I don't find the matching key at the current node, then I will jump to the next node by updating the address of the current node with the next node's address. Okay, here we will also update index like this: index equal to index plus 1, and this line means we are updating the index by 1 position. If, let's suppose, we are unable to find a matching value in the list, then we will display this message: key is not found in the list, and after that we will type return false. Okay, now here let's call the search function with value 20 and run the code. So we have 20 is found at position 1 in the list. Next is deletion by value. Now here we have to consider various cases. First case is when the list is entirely empty, then you have nothing to delete. Second case is when the node that you want to delete is the head node itself. In that case, we will simply remove this node and make the second node as the new head node. The last case is when you want to delete any other node. So let's suppose that here I want to delete node 30. In this case, I will have to traverse the entire list in order to reach the node that I want to delete. So I will maintain 2 pointers, previous and temp. Temp will always keep track of the current node, while previous will keep track of the previous node of the current node. Initially, when temp is pointing to head, previous will be none. But as we jump to the next node, temp will be updated by the second node's address, while previous will be updated by the first node's address. At the second node, we find that the value 30 is not present, so we will again jump to the next node. This time, temp is pointing to the third node's address, while previous will be updated by the second node's address. Now, to unlink node 30 from the list, we will connect the next of the previous node with the next node of the temp node. And finally, the garbage collector of Python will delete the temp node by clearing its memory. Alright guys, now I am back inside PyCharm IDE, and here we will implement our deletion function. So let's call this function as delete. Once again, it will accept a parameter key, and again we will begin at the head node, but this time we will also maintain a previous pointer which will be initialized to none. The first condition we will check here is when the list is empty. So if temp is none, then in that case we will print here list is empty, and after that nothing to delete, and then we will return. Case 2 is if it is the first node of the list. So we will check here this condition: if temp.data, because temp contains the head node's address from here, so if the data at the head node is equal to the key, then we will type here self.head equal to temp.next. Now here temp contains the head node's address, so the next pointer of the head will contain the second node's address, and that is how we make the second node as the new head node. And after that we will print here this message deleting. Let me scroll up once again. Key from the list, and then we will return. Now comes case 3. When we have to delete any other node, then search for that node in the list. Here we will say while we have a node to visit and the value at that current node is not equal to the value that we are looking for deletion, then in that case we will set previous to the current node's address and we will move temp to the next node's address. We have not yet implemented deletion here. Now if let's suppose the key is not found even after traversal, so in that case we will say if there is no more node to traverse, then we will print this message value not found in the list, or simply change it to key not found in the list, and then we can return. Otherwise, if the node is found, then we will simply unlink it from the list. So here we will change the previous node's next to connect to the temp node's next, and this is how we unlink the current node that we are deleting. And finally we will print deleting key from the list. Now let's call this delete function on node 10, which is the first node in the list, and after that we will call the display function. Here we run the code. So in the output we can see we originally have 10, 20 and 30 in the list, but after deleting 10 from the list we are left with 20 and 30. So here the second node becomes the new head node. Alright, now this time let's delete node 30 instead of node 10, but before that let's also insert node 25. So here we insert 25 at the end, and after that we will call the display function, then we delete node 30 and once again call the display function. Alright, run the code, and in the output we have 10, 20, 30 and now 25 is also inserted. So when we deleted 30 from the list, this time 20 and 25 are directly connected. So 30 is gone from the list. Okay everyone, let's also implement one additional function, which is to update a value. So here we have update function, and here I will pass two parameters, old value and new value. Here we will once again traverse the entire list. So we will begin our traversal at the head node as always, and I am saying while we have a node to visit, if the data at that current node is equal to the old value, then simply replace it with the new value and then print this message updated old value by new value, and then return. If the matching value is not found, then move to the next node by updating temp with the next node's address. If suppose that the value that we are looking for is not in the list, then simply display this message old value not found in the list. Okay everyone, let's remove all the extra spaces here, and now we are going to call the update function. Let's suppose that I want to replace value 25 with value 40, and after that I will display the entire list once again. So let's run the code, and here we are saying updated 25 by 40. So in the final list we have 10, 20, 40 and none. So I hope you have understood the basics of linked list in this program. Alright everyone, now that you have understood all the core operations of a linked list, here is a small practice project for you where you have to make a contact book with the operations listed here. Here is the basic structure of the contact class that you will implement in this project. If you have any queries, don't hesitate to post them in the comment section below. I would be happy to help. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe Programming Horizons for more interesting tutorials like this. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, happy coding!